It is Tuesday today. I don't know what the date is. Is it like the 23rd, 22nd? I don't know, I just started the week. Anyway, Interstate 35 in Texas, south of Dallas, exit 368A. I'm at the Loves. So if you come here right now, I'll be here for the next 20 minutes as I finish up my 30-minute break. A couple of things to point out. You can see there's some trucks that are coming in the wrong direction. Everybody else comes in from this location over here and pulls into their pumps. But every once in a while you'll run into a location where maybe they haven't been to this fuel stop before, and there's multiple entrances or exits for trucks, so they end up coming in what is typically the exit and end up pulling into the pump. So I could see two of them, and I'm assuming they're caravanning down to wherever they need to deliver their trucks. So it happens. It's just funny sometimes to see that. Got a rare no tarp load, so it is several steel. What I thought I was getting was just sheet steel. I'm delivering to a location in Beesville, Texas. This is a 1,000, no, it was like a, let's see, 1,100 mile load. So today I'm just driving, so that's great. I don't even have to wear my special yellow shirt because I'm not working on or around my truck. Though I am walking around with a camera, I am not required to wear my safety gear for this particular portion. But it's all steel products, and from what I understand, for the manufacture of trash cans. This one right here, though it may look like, hey Dale, your load is shifting, just so you know, this is the way they loaded this particular pallet. It was in this configuration, all cattywampus, and I'm like, all right. It's not only does it have its saran wrap, it's got steel banding around it, in addition to what I threw over it in order to keep it secure. And I tried to line up my straps as close to the dunnage as possible, so when it provides its downward force, like here, it's directly over. Not that I would think that I would bend this particular material, but in order, just as a common practice I have, is when I line up my straps, I try to get it as dead on over the dunnage as I can, because I could go here, but that would not even hit this product. So, and it would actually be farther away from the dunnage. This is as close as I could get. This is an example. And that's why we do load checks. This stuff, it seems to be really wavy. But I threw down two. In fact, I think I put 2 securements on every product. Technically, I could have gotten away with 1 strap here and 1 strap on that big. Even though it's a big thing, it's really light in comparison. But anyway, I'm not going to get into the technicalities of DOT regulations. I just felt more comfortable putting at least 2 securements on every single product I was carrying. I used every single chain that I had. I have a trip chain in the front and a trip chain in the back. And once I ran out of chains, I went to straps. And that is the process. You may see a difference. These have half a twist in these 2 straps where the other straps do not. And I only do that when you get up close to over 5 feet tall, because once you get a really long straight section of strap, you tend to get a lot of flapping in the wind. And with the half a strap, it doesn't flap at all. So, and which helps keep it from squeezing on your product, which may be an unfamiliar term, but depending on the product you're carrying, I'm not too concerned about this stuff because it is solid. It's steel pieces. But you know, like for an example, drywall. If you leave it flat and allow it to flap in the wind, it will constantly squeeze and release the top edge of your drywall, which can cause compression of it and damage, and you don't want to damage that stuff. So, but I just tend to use this technique for anything over 5 feet if the strap is exposed to the wind. I would not worry about doing my half a twist in any of my straps if it was a tarped load, because the tarp's going to prevent any type of wind catching any of my straps. But so far it's been a fairly decent run through Texas. And I've actually got a new, this is a different trailer than what I've had before. Some trailers have round spools, and other ones like this have square spools in for the spool area in between your pockets. I like the squares because let's see, do I have an example? Oh, here. Because it's easier for your bungee to catch the edge of a square than it is on a circle. Otherwise you have to do it a little bit differently, and it takes a little bit longer to make sure that it's a solid connection and it's not going to slip off. So anyways, just one of my, I prefer trailers with the spools with squares. That's just me. Let's see, did I mention I'm in Texas? Okay, let's see. Somebody asked a question which I thought was, oh, and all my chain is, all the excess is secured. Somebody asked about electrical connection on this. I don't know if this answers your question. When you start getting into electronics and electrical connections, especially if you're dealing with I don't know, any type of electric information. There's a car here. I'm being distracted. Somebody had asked about a specific connection, 12/24, and a 2-pin connector, and I wasn't sure exactly what they were referring to. So if that didn't answer your question, perhaps you can send me a picture to my email address, which should be in the video description. Other than that, I have, let's see, what do I got going on here? According to this, which I don't think I have any other stops, no. I have 277 miles to go. Let me see if I can show this without a reflection. See, I'm very bad at this video thing. So, there we go. Darken it up a little bit. You can see I just filmed this with my phone. Slightly south of Dallas, but you can see that I'm heading further south than San Antonio. I want to say that I've been all the way. I've been to the border before, so. But this is about as far south as I tend to go at Maverick, as I am a regional driver. I'm sure if I was stateside, I might have actually had an opportunity to go further out west than I-35. It's pretty rare that I get west of I-35. And once I complete my half-hour break, I will get fuel and keep going. That's why I stopped here, to get fuel and to do a 30-minute break. But it seems to have kind of limited parking. And when I pulled in, there was a spot here, and I'm like, well, I'll just park here. And when I'm done doing my half-hour break, I'll just drive forward and get some fuel and head on out. I've got all kinds of time today because I'm not dropping off or picking up, so I've got basically 3 hours in which I can get fuel and do a half-hour break and take care of whatever business I want. I should get a full 11 hours of driving in today.